Hello there, guys. I think we're live now. Jay Real here once again. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Um, and This is the first midday show that I've done in several weeks. Um, because as I've often said, I would really rather do these shows with somebody joining me. But I can do these shows by myself too. But I really like the feedback, having someone to talk to, in doing these shows. Um, and uh, and speaking of which, let me mention Noah, who's been my great partner for the last several shows, the shows we've done at night, talking about Rotten Tomatoes top 200 horror films. We finished that up with Jaws being number one. My favorite movie, Jaws. I don't know if it's a horror movie, but it's my favorite movie. So, okay. Number one was okay with me. But anyway, I was hoping to start a new list with him, and this would be IMDb's top 100 films and what they call a bucket list. And was the hope to start that list with Noah on the evening shows. But I got a message from Noah that he's kind of dealing with some health issues right now, so it may be a while before he'd be able to join me again. So anyway, if you're watching, Noah, hope you feel better soon. Take care of yourself, sir. And I think he was just a great partner for me for these shows. And so I hope he'll be able to join me again before too long, but certainly hope you are going to feel better and take care of yourself, Noah. And so wish him the best. And what else? Beautiful weather. Let me lean back here. I'm not wearing boxers today. The beautiful weather in Texas right now. It's like mid 60s, maybe close to 70 degrees. Let me ask Alexa. Alexa, what's the temperature in my living room?
The living room temperature is 74.5 degrees.
Yeah, 74 degrees in here. I don't have an air conditioner on or a fan's running or anything. So beautiful, beautiful weather right now. Sunny and just the perfect amount of it's cool and pleasantly warm, and no extremes, because Texas weather is usually about extremes. It's usually, particularly during the summertime, 100 degrees every day for like 3 months straight, 100 plus degrees. And then we had that crazy rain in, was it May? The rainiest month ever in Texas, like nearly 20 inches in 1 month. And then, of course, the summertime heat, which is just, what a lot of people would consider extreme heat, but it's typical for us here in Central Texas. But right now, it's just perfect, and it's a rare thing to get a weather this pretty in Texas. So I'm savoring it as long as it'll last. We have Thanksgiving in a few days. And I usually spend Thanksgiving by myself, and I'm sure I'll spend it by myself this year. I had some nice neighbors that I rode the town with yesterday, and got me a few groceries, a few things to fix myself for Thanksgiving. It's not going to be a big spread or anything. I bought a pumpkin pie, I'll fix me a nice dinner, lunch or whatever. I usually watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on Thanksgiving. But I still have a brand new TV in the box I've had for like 5 months. That because this television uh, I can no longer watch anything that's inputted, like a Blu-ray player. And so I had a warranty on it, and I got a new TV. And it's still in the box. It's a TCL 55-inch 4K TV. But this TV's still working for streaming stuff, what I'm watching here now. And so I've just been watching all streaming stuff. I'm watching local news right now, streaming. And it's Food for Families Day, where people donate foods to pantries, local pantries. And if you're local in Texas, uh, then please donate to these local pantries that can really use your help. Food for Families today. Um, but anyway, so everything I watch right now is streaming. Someday I'll break that TV out of the box, and, uh, you know, and then I hope I can input things into it like a Blu-ray player. I hope to get a 4K player someday. But anyway, um, and what else? And let me check. We got anybody watching? I see 4 people. If you're watching, speak up. And let me also say that, no one not being able to join me for a while, if anyone is watching the show and might want to join me live, uh, not only like now or for a midday show, but during the evening shows, uh, let me know. You can send a message here on YouTube. Let me know if you would like, maybe you could join me, because I always would like to have somebody joining me live to talk to and have feedback on whatever the subject is. Usually we talk about movies, but I'm open to any kind of subject. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to join me on any of these shows. And I feel like I'm sort of in a limbo right now. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One of them is Facebook has just been crazy for me. Uh, I had an account, JReal, that I closed up um, because I was getting a lot of just weird text messages and things. I guess you call it spam. And it just kind of got out of hand. So I closed that account and I started a new account. And it's J Carlton, Carlton, which is my middle name. So if you would like to friend me on Facebook, look up J Carlton, Jaycarlton, J Carlton. But anyway, I started a new account, J Carlton. And that was going okay. I made a few friends. I was really usually mainly just to talk to people, on Messenger. Hang on, we got a comment here. David Adrena. Hey, Jay, I'm currently in an Argento binge rewatch. PM me in the future. If you plan on discussing anything Argento, would love to jump on for that. Okay, sir. Well, great. And nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us or joining me. And I certainly will do that. I have been really lacking in Argento, in the giallo genre and such. There's so much of that I need to catch up on that I haven't watched. And there's so many Argento films I haven't watched that I need to catch up on. So I need to go to Tubi and whatever and start watching these Argento films and catching up on them. But I certainly will contact you if that would be a good subject to talk about Argento films, talk about giallo films, and Italian cinema and that kind of thing. So thank you, sir, for speaking up, and I certainly will send you a message if I do that. But yeah, Facebook. So I started this J Carlton account, and it was going pretty good. Like I say, mainly using it to talk to people on Messenger. I made a few friends, people I knew, that joined the J Carlton site. And then I go to sign on Facebook one evening, and there's a message, your account has been suspended. And something about for not following the Facebook rules and regulations or something like that. It was really vague, you know. Didn't really go into any kind of details about what kind of rules or regulations I broke. And I was barely using it, like I say, mainly just talking to people on Messenger. Um, Now I would visit some different sites and stuff, and I would like, things I saw. Because I once time got a message from Facebook that limited the liking I could do. It said, well, you need to wait another hour before you like something else because we're trying to avoid spam. And I guess they consider that spam if you like too many sites. So maybe that was it. My account got suspended, the J. Carlton site. So there's an appeal button you can click to appeal the decision. And I clicked the appeal button. And a few days later, I get a message, you're back on Facebook. Your account has been restored. We're sorry, but we have to take precautions sometimes to ensure the public safety of Facebook or whatever. So you're back on Facebook. Okay, great. So I'm back as Jay Carlton again, and everything's going great, and I'm talking to people, and I'm visiting, different accounts and stuff, and liking stuff I see. And I get the message again. Your account has been suspended. And once again, a real vague reason just for not following rules and regulations of Facebook. And I'm like, oh my God. I feel like a criminal. I feel like, I've created some kind of Facebook crime or something, but don't know what that crime is. And then I'm trying to calm myself down here because it's just crazy. But then a few days later, I get a message, your account has been restored. You're back on Facebook as Jay Carlton. And the same thing, we're sorry that you haven't been able to use your account for a few days, but we have to be careful about the rules and regulations and stuff. So as of right now, let me check right now. Right now, I've got my account back again. And hopefully I'll be able to keep it. Although I won't be surprised if your account's suspended, but hopefully it's not going to be. And one of the things I've been making sure of is I don't like anything. I don't post on any on any accounts. I don't like anything because Facebook, I guess, is really cracking down on what they call spam. And I don't even know what spam is. I certainly have never made an attempt to send anything spam related, but anyway. So, having said that, if you would like to join me or friend my Facebook account, it is J Carlton, JARCARLTON. And like, what's his name again? David Adrena. Had talked about maybe joining me for a show talking about Argento films. I definitely will look into that, but I need to watch more Argento films first. I need to catch up on Argento, but I certainly will contact you if I get that done. And thank you, sir, once again. But yeah, if you want a friend, hopefully that I'll keep it. J. Carlton, and that's my middle name, Carlton. So, okay. And the other reason I feel like I'm in limbo is I don't want to get too personal here. I'm not going to mention anybody's name, but several months ago, I made some good friends at a campground down at the lake. I'm at Lake Mahia here, and down at the camp. Real good friends. And they took me to see Terrifier 3 at the drive-in, and things were just going great with those. And I'm out here, I'm isolated. I don't make friends very often, it's hard for me to meet new people out here. I don't drive a car. I'm on disability because of my eyesight. I don't drive a car. So I don't really meet people, to make friends. So to make a couple of friends was really something special to me. And things were just going great. And going out and going down to their where they're at this campground and visiting with them. And then about 3 weeks ago, I get a message from one of them that says, Jay, basically, I was no longer welcome to their house. That the people at the campgrounds didn't like me coming down there. And I was just floored by that because I hardly ever talked to anybody else at the campground anyway. I just would walk down there and visit with them. And they lived by the lakeside. So I would sit down and look at the boats going by and stuff, visit with them. Everything was going great. And then I get this message saying that I'm basically no longer welcome at their house. But the real vague says, well, we're still friends, but you're not welcome at our house anymore. And because the people at the campgrounds didn't like me going down there, I guess, I don't know. They didn't know who I was or something, or they just thought it was weird me showing up. And it's almost like another world down there at that campground. But I certainly never had any kind of arguments or hardly any discussion with anybody else at that campground. I just showed up and visited with my friends. And it, like I say, real casual, real easy going. Never had any kind of confrontation with anybody. But I haven't talked to my friends in like 3 weeks now. I just feel like I've just been cast aside. And it's just, I'm not depressed. I'm not. But I feel like I'm just kind of in limbo. With what how Facebook has been treating me, and then the thing with my friends, and then my movie that I want to make, the current short film I want to make, The List. I really like the script I've written. I love the characters in it. I've cast a couple of actors for it, but I played around with my new 4K camera, and great images, looks great. But my problem is my editing computer I've got now can't handle the footage. I even use what's called 4K Lite, which is a more compressed version of 4K files. Supposed to be a smaller file size, but still pretty large. And the computer I've got now for their editing that I've been editing my short films on can't really handle the 4K files. It's real choppy. It freezes up. So I need to get a new computer for editing. And what I'm looking at is a Hewlett Packard laptop with 32 gigabytes of memory, a terabyte hard drive. I just need current technology to handle these new 4K files and stuff. And the laptop I'm looking at is going to be about $600-700, and that's just kind of beyond my means right now. So someday I hope to have a movie made, The List, because I love the story. I love the characters. I think I got something good here. Hopefully my actors stay in the film, but kind of at a standstill. So if anybody wants to make a donation, I'm not opposed to charity. Help me get my laptop. Then yeah, send me a message. Friend me on Jay Carlton on Facebook, or send me a message here. Hey Jay, want to help you out? I'll take charity. I've never done any kind of crowdfunding thing or anything like that, because me being on disability, Social Security, anything I might have to pay taxes on or anything like that might jeopardize my Social Security and my Medicaid, and I certainly don't want to do that. So yeah, I've got that. I'm selling that shovel I've got from Crystal that's signed by the girl that played Crystal in my last short film, Crystal. Uh, that's kind of up for auction. So you if you donate to my laptop, you'll get the Crystal shovel. So uh, so yeah, let me know. And but anyone else? Have we got anyone else watching here? C3. Yeah. Anyone else speak up? Because definitely would like to have some feedback here. I'll just go on until I run out of things to talk about here. Like I say, I would much prefer having someone on the show with me. And if you like, anybody wants to join me, I could put the link here on the screen where you could click on it to join me. You can get some strange people if you do that, if you post a link, but no one would see it unless I put it up on the screen here. So if anyone wants to join me, this message me here, and I'll put the link on the screen here. But Thanksgiving. Hope everyone is going to have a really nice Thanksgiving. And like I say, mine is just going to be here by myself. I've got some nice neighbors, couple of nice neighbors, that I don't know if I'll see them on Thanksgiving, but I'll enjoy myself, and hopefully Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is streaming somewhere because that's what I usually watch on Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving movie. I love the movie. Steve Martin and John Candy. John Hughes directed. I love that movie, and it takes place during Thanksgiving, so it's what I usually watch on Thanksgiving. It's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But here lately, I've been seeing some good stuff. The show Landman on Paramount Plus. It's aired two episodes so far, but I really like that show, and it's Billy Bob Thornton, which is one of my favorite actors. For the last 20 years or so, he's been one of my favorite actors, Billy Bob Thornton. Of course, Sling Blade, but so many other things he's done. But anyways, Billy Bob Thornton, and he's a negotiator that negotiates the sale of property for like oil wells and oil companies. He's like the middleman between acquiring property for these businesses, oil businesses and oil wells and stuff. And but anyway, it's very well written, well directed, and great acting by Billy Bob Thornton. I think Demi Moore's in it. I haven't seen her yet, but I think she shows up. So, yeah, Landman on Paramount Plus. Really have enjoyed that. What did I watch? I watched last night, of all things, I watched The Human Centipede. I haven't seen that in a while. I think that was on AMC Plus. I watched that. I get a kick out of Human Centipede. A lot of people would be disgusted by it, but I get a kick out of it. It's and the actor Dieter Laser that plays that crazy German doctor that stitches three people together as a human centipede. I met him. I met Dieter Laser. I got a picture with him. He hugged me. He hugged me tight. I've got a picture with him at one of the Texas Frightmare Weekend conventions. And he passed away a few years ago, which is sad. But he was really cool. Dieter Laser and Tom Six directed. Yeah, Human Centipede. And oh gosh, what else? Let me check my notes here. I made some notes. Just a moment. Oh, Abigail. Yeah, the vampire girl, Abigail. Finally saw that. That's on the Amazon channel now. Amazon Prime channel. Yeah, really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. So, yeah, Abigail. In Texas Nana's place. This is my sister. Hey, Kathy. Landman Demi Moore is married to Billy Bob Thornton's wife. The second episode, you see her. I agree, it's excellent. And Demi is married to his boss. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, great show. Very well written. Uh, you know, and Billy Bob Thornton is just born to play that role, I think. Uh, he's great in it. And the only problem is it's not one of those shows where you can see all the episodes where they just put everything, the whole series. No, this is a weekly series, so you got to wait a week to see the next episode. So, and Kathy, do you know what days it airs? Because so far they only had the two episodes. And when does the next one air? Because I'm really looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, Landman. Uh, but yeah, Abigail. Had a lot of fun with Abigail. I definitely recommend that to anybody that's, if you dig vampires, this is a good vampire movie. It's like a ballerina vampire girl, um, and it's got a good story. It goes in a direction you don't. I didn't really expect it to go. It's got a nice final girl in it. I like her. The girl that plays Abigail, the vampire girl, the little vampire ballerina girl. I liked her a lot, and it's a lot of fun, Abigail. So, yeah, there's so many movies I want to catch up on, um, but I have to wait from the stream, like Long Legs and Strange Darling. There, a Long Legs is available for like $6 to watch. I may actually pay for that because I really want to see Long Legs with Nicolas Cage. It's kind of a serial killer, and I've heard some really good stuff about Long Legs, so anxious to see that. Um, but hang on. And Kathy says I don't, so I guess Kathy don't know when the next episode airs. Um, but uh, but yeah, uh, I just I feel like I'm in limbo right now, and just in general. Um, that I've got nice neighbors that that take me to town. Like I say, my neighbors, the Loves, took me to town yesterday. They're an older couple, and they drive a motorcycle, what they call a scooter. That's how they get around, or have been getting around. And hang on, Ben Davis. Hey, Ben Davis. Hey, sir. How you doing, sir? Hey, nice to see you. But anyway, I want to get to my neighbors that down here, the Loves. Um, but anyway, I don't know where they were going. Uh, it was a couple of towns over, but they were driving their. He drives and she rides in the back. His wife rides in the back, and their name is Love. Their last name is Love. So they're cruising along about 60 miles an hour, and a cow walks in front of them, and they slam into the cow. And obviously, going that fast and hitting a cow, it was bad, really bad. Um, he fractured a vertebrae in his back. I think he maybe broke a leg bone or ankle bone or something. She broke her arm. There was some anyway. I forget what all the injuries were, but several broken bones, and they're laid there on the road. Killed the cow, and a lady. They're on the road. They're lying there on the road and bleeding and broken and really in bad shape. And a lady pulled up, uh, you know, and dialed 911 for them and stayed with them until the ambulance arrived. And several other people showed up, gathered around to help them. But they couldn't really hardly move because they got broken bones, and he's got I think a fractured vertebrae in his back, so they don't really need to move around much, the risk further injury. So the ambulance came, And anyway, several months of rehab in the hospital. She was in the hospital longer than he was. He was all skin up, up and down his arms, all skin up. It was bad, bad, bad. But they are here to talk about it, so that's the good thing. They were wearing helmets, and I'm sure that's what saved their lives. Saved their lives. That they were wearing helmets. Um, Going that fast and hitting. Okay, they said there's no that it just happened so suddenly. This cow just walked out in the middle of the road and they hit this cow and had this bad accident. But anyway, uh, they showed up a few days ago at their house here at the lake because they were staying at their son's house while they've been recuperating from their injuries. But they showed up not permanently right now, but just showing up to just do some work around their house here. Just right next door to my house. And they were going to town, and they let me ride with them and ride to Walmart. And I was able to get some groceries, get milk, and get some frozen food and things like that. Some things to fix myself, uh, and I'll have me a little Thanksgiving dinner. It'll just be me probably, but I'll enjoy it. Um, but yeah, I hope everyone is going to have a really nice Thanksgiving. People usually get together with their family, and of course, I have very fond memories of Thanksgiving with the family, and with my mom and dad, my sister, and my aunt and uncle that lived nearby, and we gather around and have a big Thanksgiving dinner. And Mama would cook pecan pies was my favorite pie. Pecan pie, pumpkin pie, and Dad would roast a couple of turkeys. He had this smoker out by his store building, and he'd roast a couple of turkeys. And there'd be one that would be frozen for Christmas, and of course one we'd eat for Thanksgiving. And turkey and dressing and mashed potatoes and just all the trimmings and just spending Thanksgiving with family. At least I have the memories. uh, that if I'm spending Thanksgiving alone now, well, at least I have the fond memories of having really enjoyable Thanksgivings. Um, and this Thanksgiving, I think another cold front's supposed to come in and knock it down into like the lower 60s. So we'll have a cool Thanksgiving and be cold at night. Uh, last few nights, it was like a few nights ago, it was like in the mid 30s overnight. So I finally turned on my uh, propane heater, and last night I did. Wasn't as cold last night, but it was in the mid 40s or something. So yeah, the weather it's typical Texas weather. It's like a roller coaster. So I think it's supposed to get in the lower 70s today, and then like a lower 80s in a few days, and then another cold front's going to come in and knock things down some. So up and down and up and down. No chance of rain in the next 10 days. So it's just going to be pretty pleasant weather. And yeah. So I hope everyone has a really nice Thanksgiving with your friends and family, and don't have any long arguments. Everybody get along. We've got Donald Trump for another 4 years, and so hopefully that's not going to cause any strife in the family. uh, there's some people that are really happy about that. We got Donald Trump back, and there's some people that aren't so happy about that. I'm not going to say where I'm leaning on that, uh, but uh, but uh, my attitude is, regardless of how you feel about Donald Trump, he's going to be our president again. So the only choice we really have is to hope for the best, to hope that he's going to do us right, that hope he's going to make the right decisions. Um, and lead our country in a way that's going to benefit all of us. And so I'm going to hold out that hope that he's going to do the right things, and we're going to benefit from having Donald Trump back. So, yeah, fingers crossed. um, and what else? Someone speak up here. Someone help me out here. Uh, Ben Davis, are you still here, Ben Davis? You want to join me, Ben Davis? If you do, I'll put the link on here, and you can join me. Or anybody else that wants to join me, I'll put the link on there where you can join me live here. Uh, uh, what else? And of course, after Thanksgiving is Christmas. And yeah, like I say, I'm by myself out here. So Christmas is like Thanksgiving. It's just pretty much another day for me. You know, hopefully that I'll be able to talk to my neighbors, and see them, for or close, at least if not on Thanksgiving, at least close to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and at least have someone to talk to, like say the friends I made. I have no idea what's happened there, and I hope I find out. I can accept not being friends again. What's hard to accept is not knowing why. That's the only thing that really bothers me, is not knowing what's happened. And if I could just find that out, just find out what's happened. Why are we no longer friends? Because everything was going great. And then all of a sudden, everything has stopped. So let me know, please. If you guys are watching, just let me know what's happened. But otherwise, like I say, I'm not depressed. I'm not. I feel pretty good. I try to take care of myself physically, get exercise, work on the guns here, and I feel good physically. I feel good. At 59 years old, I think I feel pretty good. I think I'm in a pretty good physical shape. I don't eat great. I eat stuff I probably shouldn't eat. I eat ice cream, and I eat, a lot of air fried foods and stuff. I don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. But I try to physically take care of myself. Get the exercise. I do a lot of chin ups and what's called dips and stuff. Try to take care of myself, at least physically take care of myself. And I think my blood pressure is pretty good. And yeah, I have what's called hypothyroidism, and I take a medicine every day for my thyroid. Um, but otherwise, I feel pretty good. Physically, feel pretty good. Mentally, I feel okay. I don't, like I say, I'm not depressed, but I just feel kind of like I'm in, the best way I can put it, I feel like I'm sort of in limbo, where things are at kind of a holding pattern, not being able to work on my short film like I'd want to, and the things that's happened with my friends, and what keeps happening with Facebook, that that hopefully I'll be able to keep the Jay Carlton site or account. And so, yeah, it feels like being sort of in a holding pattern. That hopefully I'll break out of that before too long, and things will start happening, particularly working on my short film. That I'll get the laptop where I can edit, and working with the new camera, and hopefully my actors are going to stay attached to the film, because I really think I have a good story, and I really like the characters, and really anxious to make this particular film that deals with some serious subjects like child abuse and such. But I tried to write the characters in entertaining ways and make it, hopefully it's going to be an entertaining film, despite the fact that I'm dealing with the serious subjects like child abuse. You see no child abuse in the film itself. but you have characters that are dealing with that subject, have either committed that crime or are dealing with the effects of that crime. But yeah, it's, I really like the story. I really like the characters, and really anxious to make the list. So more fingers crossed. um, but um, but yeah, trying to think what else. Um, yeah, I've been trying to catch up on stuff, watching like old movies and stuff. Like say, watching, uh, Human Centipede last night, um, and just and the show Landman, and uh, yeah, um, I'm kind of running out of things to say here. So if anyone can speak up, if you have a comment or a question, speak up, please. Yeah, see my new Back to the Future cap? Got from Timu, of course. The shirt's from Timu, and the shorts are from Timu. So, but yeah, uh, I like my Back to the Future cap. So, um, and but yeah, I'm just hoping that things progress. I kind of get out of what I consider this sort of holding pattern, limbo that I feel like I'm in right now. That, you know, I want to be active. I'm physically active, but I would like to be active in like working on the short films and things like that. Uh, Creatively active. Uh, that's something that uh, I want to keep doing, and like, once I finish a short film and enter them in the film festivals and stuff, I want to start another one. I want to, get back to it. And I'm really anxious to get back to it again uh, with the list. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. I may be winding down here because just trying to, think of anything else to say. Um, it's of course we're entering winter time, uh, and I don't know if we're in a El Nino pattern or La Nina or something like that, because sometimes winters here in Texas are, we barely have a winter. We'll have some freezes, but won't have much of a winter. We had that real hard freeze a few years ago. The you know snowmageddon, or whatever you want to call it, in Texas. That just, there were some people that were out of power for like 2 weeks at a time. It was terrible. I never lost power here, but it got really, really cold and snow, and yeah. So hopefully we're not going to be in for anything like that. But sometimes we have really mild winters, and I don't know if we're in for a mild winter this year or not. And we got a comment here. I missed what happened to your first Facebook page, sis. Uh, Let me just say, just watch, when I finish the show, just watch what I say at the beginning of it, because I really don't want to go through all that again. I pretty much closed it up. I was getting a lot of weird spam texts and stuff like that, so I started. If you want to join my new one, J Carlton, Carlton. Well, you know what my name is, Kathy. That's my middle name, but that's my new one now, J Carlton. And that one was suspended and then returned, and then suspended and then returned again. And like I say, it was suspended for this just unknown, really vague reasons. I wasn't following the Facebook rules and regulations or something. Maybe opening a different account under a different name broke the rules. I don't know. But it was suspended twice and it was returned twice. And you're back on Facebook and you're suspended again. And now you're back on Facebook again. So anyway, I'm back again, at least temporarily. Hopefully, I'm going to keep it. Let me check. Yep, I'm still there. Um, but anyway, it's Jay Carlton. So that's my Facebook page. Um, and Kathy said I had to close two prior, so I understand. Yeah. Well, and yeah, that I tried to find April, but I couldn't find her. I wanted to friend her with the J. Carlton site, but I couldn't find her. So if you want to friend me, Kathy, and you might talk to April if she wants to friend me, because I'd like to talk to her. I'd like to talk to Dot again. I haven't talked to Dot in so long. I'd like to catch up on her, how she's doing, and John and April and everybody. Um, get my family back. I want my family back. Because, like I say, I feel like I'm in limbo and kind of in a holding pattern here. So I need my family right now. I really do need my family right now. But but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Kind of in limbo, kind of in a holding pattern, um, and hopefully I'm going to break out of that. And I want to keep saying, anyone saved and really worried about me. I'm okay. I'm not depressed. I'm lonely, but I'm not depressed. And for me, those are two different things: loneliness and depression. There are some people that goes hand in hand, but for me personally, I can be lonely, but I'm not really depressed. I don't feel like killing myself or nothing, but I'm lonely because I'm, like I say, I literally am alone out here in the country at Lake Mahia. I don't drive a car, and uh, I had some good friends that I don't seem like I have them anymore, and I don't know why. I hope I find out why, uh, and I hope there's still a chance I'll get them back. Uh, but and just not being able to work on my film. Uh, Hopefully that I'm going to get that corrected before too long, because I got some really good actors for it. I still need to cast a few people, but and Parrish Randall, who was in my last film, he's actually a professional actor, and he's agreed to play a part in this one. I had a long talk with him on the phone, and he was really complimentary about the script. He really liked the script and said that he would play this part I had thought of him to play. Um, okay, what would Kathy? Okay, I go over. Let's see. I'm so nearsighted. I have to get right up to the screen. And Kathy says, okay, I go over next week for a few days. Dot is in public school and thriving. Dot is so busy, I have to schedule time with her. That's great that Dot's doing so well. Yeah. Uh, uh, that's my great niece, Dot. And she's a special needs child. She takes growth hormone and such. So she has to be really careful, about catching, any illnesses, that kind of thing. And of course, I think they had COVID twice. She got through that pretty well. Everyone on that end got COVID twice. So I always worry about Dot in particular, getting an illness like that because she's a special needs child. It takes growth hormone. Well, I guess for the rest of her life, we'll have to take a growth hormone. Um, and but she's a great kid. You would never know there was anything wrong with her, physically, and just full of life. And just, I miss talking to Dot. Yeah, I hope I'll talk to Dot before too long. And John, my great nephew John, want to catch up with him too. Uh, and But yeah, uh, I just anxious to kind of get back to being active again, particularly, like I say, working on the short film and producing something again. Uh, really anxious to do that again because that's something that I've always wanted to do, you know. because throughout the years when I graduated high school, and I had my friend Mark, we did this radio show for National Public Radio, Chet Cheddar's Tales from the Morgue, which you can go to archive.org and you can find your free downloads for Chet Cheddar's Tales from the Morgue. And that aired on National Public Radio, and he was a short film maker himself. Mark was the old 8mm Super 8 films that he would do. Sometimes I would take part in some of those. He won a bunch of awards and such, making short films. And then I made my film Dawn way back in 2003, and Tippy Video put it out in 2006. God, was it 22 years ago now? Goodness gracious. But anyway, that's something that I've always wanted to do, is something creative. Being in drama in high school and being in the state one-act play in my senior year and winning some awards for best acting and such. Ever since then, I've been wanting to do something on a creative basis of some kind, whether it be acting in a short film or directing and writing and that kind of thing. That's mainly what I want to do these days, is write things and direct things. Be behind the camera mainly. Thank you everyone that is watching. Please continue to do so. If you're watching and you haven't friended me, please friend me on YouTube. Want to keep building this channel. And like I say, hopefully Noah will be able to join me again soon, because he's been just a great partner, and I hope we get to do some more shows again before too long. But anyone else that may want to join me on any live show, because this is the first midday show I've done in several weeks, or might have been a few months. And I want to do more of these midday shows, but I would much prefer having someone on the show with me to live, while to have feedback and back and forth with. So anybody that might want to join me, Ben Davis spoke up. I don't know if he'd be interested. But yeah, anyone that might want to join me, either message here on Facebook or join my account, Jay Carlton, and hopefully I'll be able to keep it, Jay Carlton. They keep taking it away and giving it back, so hopefully I'll be able to keep Jay Carlton. But yeah, go friend me there on Facebook, and please join this channel, J Real, and give me a thumbs up, please. Hit that thumbs up button, because that helps folks see these shows. But definitely want to continue doing midday with Jay, and then the Being Real show, and that's usually in the evenings at 7 Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. Like I say, it was hopefully going to be with Noah talking about the IMDb's top 100 films. But if he's not able to join me anytime soon, I don't want to do that by myself. So like I say, if anyone else might want to join me, send me a message, or message me here on Facebook, or join me as Jay Carlton. And like I say, hopefully I'll be able to keep it as Jay Carlton on Facebook. And, but yeah, we've done about an hour, close to an hour here. It's nearly 1 o'clock my time. So I guess we'll kind of wind this up, but I'll wait until 1 o'clock my time. So it'll be about another 6 minutes. So if anyone has anything else they would like to comment, any questions you want to ask, please do so. Because that's the whole idea, is to interact with you guys and get feedback. And but yeah, I always want to pimp my ride, so to speak. So, please give me a thumbs up, give the show a thumbs up, and spread the word. That if you're enjoying what you're seeing here, spread the word. And get other people to might tune in to the show or the shows, and yeah, hit that thumbs up, please. And but we get anyone else? I see 3 people, so yeah. Uh, but yeah, um, like I say, I'm just here. I'm here by myself, and trying to stay creatively active and physically active. Working on the body. uh, yeah, I do a lot of this man last year around Christmas time bought me a chin-up bar from uh, Amazon and sent it to me. It's like $125. And as a member of a fitness sites. And he just said that I inspired him, seeing what I was doing with no equipment. And he said, I wanted to do this for you and gift this to you, and sent me this real cool chin-up bar set where I could do chin-ups and dips and stuff and push-ups. So cool. Just a total stranger to do that for me, just to gift me something like that was so nice. So I had a very nice Christmas last Christmas. So hopefully I'll have a nice Christmas this Christmas. um, and but yeah, this has been a nice little catch up. Hope to do this. Keep doing the midday show. I'm sure it probably won't be every week, but particularly if I could get someone to join me, I will do these a lot more often. The midday shows. And definitely want to do the shows in the evenings too. So let me one more time put the word out for anyone that might want to join me live on any of these shows, because I always want someone to talk to that have some feedback, and some discussion with, and usually the subject is movies or directors and stuff related to movies. But, I've done shows talking about music, and I'm open to any kind of subject that anyone may have if you want to make any kind of suggestions. But usually it's movie related, you know, entertainment related. Did a show kind of showing off some collectibles and collectibles and things like that, showing off vinyl records I had, things like that. So I'm definitely open to suggestions for any kind of subject. Hang on, scratchy throat. Yeah. So that's how I guess I'll sign this off here. Thank you, everyone that has showed up. My sister, Ben Davis, and David, Adrena, someone new. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll definitely want to look into maybe doing something with. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm having brain lock here. Uh, Argento, yeah. Dario Argento, yeah. I'll definitely look into that, but I need to watch some of those films first. Um, and like I say, the Food for Families is going on here in Texas. So if you're in Texas and watching this, please make donations to your local pantries. And that helps a lot of people, particularly with the prices the way they are these days. And yeah, like I say, I'm hopeful for what our new president's going to do for us. Like I say, despite how you may feel about the coming administration, what choice do we have but to be hopeful that things are going to turn out well, that things are going to get better, that the economy is going to improve, I'm not going to get into the whole thing about the border and the illegals coming over the border and all that, um, but particularly with the economy, uh, that things are going to improve with that. Things are going to improve. The prices are going to come down, but particularly with groceries. Like I say, today being food for families is going to just be a big help for a lot of people because groceries are so high these days. Just something just like the price of eggs and just staples are just so high now. Hopefully that's going to get better, and hopefully Donald Trump's going to do us right. Fingers crossed. So, okay, I guess I'll sign off. It's 1 o'clock my time. And thank you, everybody who tuned in. Please continue to do so. Please give us a thumbs up. Please spread the word and join. Hopefully, I'll keep the J Carlton Facebook site. Friend me on J Carlton. Join the YouTube channel, please, if you haven't done it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.